importantly, today we want to celebrate the distinguished women artists of the Matopo Hills. Salvonani vo mama. Ay Matopo ukuluya salvonani vo mama. Ay mama be Matopo salvonani vo mama. All the way from Matopo, and they've been here in Bulawayo doing this wonderful work. We have Stembi Somboyo from Ward 15, Estelle Mate, Ward 16, Simelutando Nkomo, Ward 17, Keneli Ankiwani. We can give them a big hand. Siposetu Ndlovu, Silibaziso Mthethwa, Ward 24, Simangele Dube, Ward 25. We also have Dot Becker, who's been working with them. Siyabonga, thank you for choosing Bulawayo. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have the German Embassy staff, Catherine and others that have come this morning. Allow me to also acknowledge our historian and seasoned author and a representative of my beautiful home, Ubaba Unyati, Baba Nyati Salwanani, we welcome you. And any other representative from beautiful home. We also have today the representatives from Jairos Jiri, Ubaba Ukorem Cheche and team. Thank you, sir, for allowing us to beautify your place of business. Ladies and gentlemen, invited guests, good morning. I will start the program by requesting Amakaka if they are ready. If they are not, we'll continue. Allow me to invite Mr. STC Korem Cheche to please come. He represents Jairos Jiri Craft Shop, which is where we are. Oh, we forgot to mention, if you came today, we've got 2 entrances or exits. After this function, we're blocking them. If you don't buy something, you don't come out. So this is Jairos Jiri, all the way representing the creative sector, representing the craftsmen of this great city. Ubaba Ukorem Cheche. Let's clap hands for him as he comes. Siyabonga.
Good morning to you all. Salibonani lonke. Munjani lonke. Right. What an honor and a privilege that I have to stand before you this special day for a big
You need to be closer to the
Okay, thanks.
Yeah?
Okay.
We just can't hear you very well.
This is really indeed a big day, a joyous day for Jairos Jiri Association. It's special for me that I sat side by side with the late life vice and the president of Jairos Jiri Association. Jairos Jiri himself is here today in spirit. Without saying much, I want to recognize a list of our dignitaries here present. Let me start by saluting the Honorable Minister of State and Devolution of Bulawayo Metropolitan City, Mrs. J. Ngube, and the government officials here present. His Worship, the Mayor of Bulawayo, Senator David Coltart, and the councillors here present. The German Embassy in Zimbabwe, represented by his excellent Ambassador Udo. The Bulawayo Town Clerk, Mr. C. Dube, and officials present. The Matopos Arts women, we've done the wonderful job that we have here. Master Adway Belmont, who provided the paint. All invited guests, Jairos Jiri Association staff here. Oh, please allow me that all protocols observed. I would like also, before I go any further, to say what Jairos Association believes in. The vision of Jairos Jiri Association is to promote and empower people with disabilities to become full contributors to the development of Zimbabwe. Our mission, to be a reputable leader in the rehabilitation of people with disabilities. Our values, transparency, to be open and honest in all our dealings. Integrity, to be trustworthy and upright in character. Commitment, to perform all duties, tasks, and a complete dedication and a desire to value results. Therefore, on behalf of the Jairos Jiri, as I say again, and the president of the association, who could not be with us today, Dr. A.M. Senderai, and the NED, National Executive, Mr. W. and the staff on my own behalf. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not only thrilled, but humbled and overwhelmed to stand before you during this historic occasion. The rebranding painting of Jairos Jiri Craft Shop has upgraded it to be another tourism attraction center in the City of Kings and Queens. It is going to attract both the locals and the international buyers into the shop. This craft shop is one of the important income-generating facilities, among others, in the country. With the marvelous upgrading, which is world-class, we have no doubt sales will certainly go upwards. The funds are used to better the lives of people living with disabilities. The association serves over 18,000 people with disabilities annually through outreach, follow-up, and integration programs. Children and adults receive treatment, care, and education. The supplements include schools, clinics, homes, hostels, vocational training centers, income-generating projects like this one, community-based inclusive development programs, and lobbying and advocacy initiatives, a scholarship fund for students with disabilities, an orthopedic workshop, and outreach and follow-up integration programs. In conclusion, allow me to give you a brief history of the association. The philanthropic touch ignited by our late visionary founder, the late Ms. Jairos Jiri, MBE, MA honors, together with his late co-founder vice presidents, namely Stephen Kwenda, Fibion Gururu, Jacob Mfute, and Job Mafinya, honored for founding the Bikita Society for the Handicapped in Bulawayo. Job Madzima, Jonah Matsetu, Mrs. Lillian Sondai, and Mrs. Katie Chitumba, honored for founding the Salisbury Society for the Handicapped. And Mrs. Margaret Chwanda Mira, honored for establishing Mkuapas Clinic for the Handicapped in Lusape. These three came together in 1963 because they all were for the same vision. So when they went to register, they were advised to come one, otherwise they were supposed to join St. Giles. But they decided that they start their own. And the three saw the fire that was in Jiri, and they decided and agreed that the name be called Jairos Jiri Association. Hence the name Jairos Jiri Association. Together, we are challenged to contribute to this philanthropic endeavor to enable what we are witnessing today. This is, we direct and the request and the appeal to the captains of industry and commerce and the individuals alike to emulate what we are seeing today. In line with the mantra of our president, His Excellency Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, that no one and no place should be left behind. Jairos Jiri Association will not want to leave any persons living with disabilities behind. My special thanks and our special thanks is Jairos Jiri, and I'm sure you all should know, and we know, that for this to come to what it is today, that we are gathered here to witness, we give our special thanks to the donors who are none other than the German embassy, represented in Zimbabwe by Representative Volz, and His Worship, the Mayor of Bulawayo, Senator David Coltert, who have made this day what we have all witnessed to be possible. Ladies and gentlemen, without preempting anything, it is therefore my privilege and honor that I stand before you here to make a special request and a special thank you. Can I please ask you all to clap hands for these two, our city council, for what they've done here, and the German embassy, because they are the only ones who have made this possible. Can we clap hands for them, please? Thank you. Another note is that I've mentioned that we've got a vocational training center in Bulawayo here in Bulawayo. The training, we also have a department which I think we all believe can assist. That we have, we do hotel and catering courses for our people, our citizens, with disabilities or without disabilities. By the way, we are shifting from the idea of institutionalizing people living with disabilities, integrating them into the society so that there's no discrimination whatsoever. So in some of our activities or trainings, we integrate, of course, we are biased for people living with disabilities, but we want them to live with the people. We also go out into the communities without bringing those people into institutions, but our staff go out there and assist them. We talk to people who are there, the leaders, to assist and train them within the people of their living. Because the idea of keeping them in isolation on their own, when they go back, that stigma still, goes on. So I want to kill all completely the stigmatization of people living with disability. This Moyenja integration place also offers, we are inviting that all who may be having gatherings like weddings, church or whatever, like today, you can hire them to give you the services of catering in different ways. Without any further ado, because of the time I was given 2 minutes by my daughter, Mrs. Mpofu. So let me run away with the, cheers. I am so thrilled that we are gathered here to see this wonderful work. Thank you.
Halala, halala. A big hand for Amakaka Siyabonga kakhulu for that wonderful performance. Also thanking Mr. Gorem Cheche. Thank you, sir, for reminding us the great work that you are doing. Ladies and gentlemen, can we please put our hands together for our icon Jairos Jiri, as well as this craft center and the work that they are doing. Tomorrow is Africa Day, so we must celebrate our icons from Africa and our luminaries. I was also thinking, do you know when you maybe an icon or a luminary, you're not waking up every day and saying I'm an icon, a luminary. You're just waking up and do the other things that don't look like they're making sense. You're getting people, you're looking for people to assist you, you are training people, you're just turning up and you're consistent. And I want to thank Jairos Jiri for being that over the years. A lot of people have been empowered through your work. Siyabonga kakhulu. Ladies and gentlemen, may we welcome to the podium our father, Mr. Patisa Nyati, who is going to speak on behalf of my beautiful home. Asimchayeleni izandla ubaba uNyati. Thank you.
Thank you, Director of Ceremonies. I was given very limited time when I need more than a day to explain these designs, beautiful designs that you see in front of you. Ngisethula uhlonipha ku-ambassador we-Germany, ngethule uhlonipha kumeya wethu, ngethule uhlonipha ku-resident minister, ngethule uhlonipha ku-okhangele uBulawayo Christopher uDube engu-town clerk, ama-councillors angabe akhona lapha, bobaba labomama. As I've already indicated, it is a long interpretation, but I'll try to be very, very brief. Just the important aspects of what has gone on here. MBH, my beautiful home, started in 2014. And at that time, I think it was about 2 wards in Matobo that were involved. Painting of homes is an old visual art tradition, but it has progressively been on the wane, on the decline. When we came in, and the key person there is Veronique Atala, who is currently in France. Then she pulled me into the project, and then the third person was Professor John Knight. Then the other people who later joined us. That was the genesis of My Beautiful Home. And it sought to revive that waning tradition. And we are glad that now we have 800 women participating, and schools are also participating. At the time when we started, there were about 34, 35 women who were still doing it. However, what I was asked to come and do is not to give a historical rendition of the origins of MBH, but a brief interpretation of these designs. They used the earth, clay to execute these. As you can see, the standard of work, the quality of work has been improving progressively from 2014 to the present. Now, art is very critical as it is expressive culture. We should appreciate that culture, that art tells us about the history of a people, their thought, their cosmology, their worldview, their perceptions, their values. All these are embodied and encapsulated within art. Art will do a lot of things other than giving a people their identity, which gives you pride and confidence. A people who do not have confidence in themselves will not achieve much in this world. So, but I think we'll need more time for that. I thought I saw Noma Shawegazi, who is now in council. You could make arrangements that we come, or I come, before I move on to the better world, so that we give you interpretations of what the women are doing, in the full knowledge that what you see here is not confined to the painting of homes. You will see it on the flag. And sometimes I doubt if we understand the full meaning of that flag, of that Zimbabwe bird, because you are going to see the triangles. The triangle, as far as I'm aware, there is not a single group in Central and Southern Africa that does not have that triangle. What does it mean to us? The women will paint. They are good at executing the designs, but the interpretation remains hidden, unknown to them. It is like dealing with the skin of a cow without understanding the cow within the skin. And I think we need to take measures to rectify that anomaly. So I've looked around. I thought when you look at that plus the pots, the two designs stand out. It is the circle. This whole world is about secularity, about indingilizi. And what does it mean? The circle or secular design in Africa means there is no beginning and no end. So that design represents eternity, continuity, perpetuity, unendinglessness. Into engapheliyo. That's what the circle. But where did the African get it? He did not invent anything. He merely looked up to the heavens and saw the heavens were beautiful. When NASA of the United States of America tell you they've discovered a new planet, don't ask what design, what shape, what form it is. We know it will be secular. All cosmic bodies are in constant motion, and their movement, their orbits are secular. And that movement is predictable because it is regular, it is rhythmic, it is seasonal, it is periodic. This is what Africans saw by looking up. And they therefore sought to replicate the heavens on earth. So you would say, have you ever seen a triangle up in the heavens? No, you won't find it. The triangle is a representation of anatomy of human beings. And it is a representation in particular of a woman, that part of woman which demarcates the important organ in her body, which is the womb. That's what it represents. The womb is that organ, critically important, which ensures continuity, eternity, perpetuity, and unendinglessness. That is the message in short. So the critical design is the circle. You look at our built environment, the huts, their roofs, their walls, huts, everything is secular in design. When we sit at court, it's always half a moon or curvilinearity. So that's how, but as I've said, it's a long story, and I'm hoping that time will come created when we are going to explain these things. So the Africans were copying the heavens, and the adage that they use is, as above, so below. But for now, let me end here. And I'm hoping we may write a book. MPH is 10 years old now, and I think I was speaking to the ambassador. We may, I may be persuaded to write a book to commemorate the 10 years of existence and what the women of Matobo have done beyond painting the walls. This is what they've painted. In Harare, they've painted. Their works have reached Germany. I think it is something that we really have to commend. I thank you.
Siyabonga, thank you, Babanyati. So much knowledge in such a short space of time. I've learned so much. As it is on earth, let it be in heaven. Or as it is in heaven, let it be here. Ladies and gentlemen, we all, some of us have been, how many of us have been to Matopo? Maybe we're talking about places we've never been. Okay, if you haven't been today, you'll get a glimpse of it, just from the paintings. But what is key today, I would just like to quote from John Maxwell. John C. Maxwell says, everything rises and falls on leadership. And as a city, we are very humbled to have a mayor who is a great visionary, but also very high on performance, very committed, and very much with passion serving the people of Bulawayo. May I kindly request His Worship the Mayor, Senator David Coltart, may we give him a warm hand as he comes and gives us his remarks. Your Worship.
Just got to do a bit of adjustment here. Thank you, Mrs. Mpofu. Let's just try and reconfigure this so that I can. Good morning, everybody. Salibonani. Linjani. Your Excellency, my good friend, the German ambassador to Zimbabwe, Ambassador Udo Volz, the Minister of State's representative here, Mrs. Norco, the chair of Jairos Jiri, sir, thank you for your remarks already given. One of our icons, historian Patisa Nyati. I look forward to reading that book, sir, and really appreciate, and I'm sorry that you only just touched the surface today, because I think that I've already learned a great deal from you, and I'm sure all of us would learn a lot more if you'd had more time. I also want to greet fellow councillors here today and representatives of the City Council, the representatives of Beautiful Home Competition, the staff representatives of Jairos Jiri. But I think most importantly this morning, I want to greet the wonderful women artists responsible for this magnificent addition to our great city's architecture and art, which we will unveil shortly. I really am personally very excited about this unveiling. I'm going to speak right at the end of my talk precisely why. But in summary now, it's because through this demonstration of art, I think we're going to give a lot more people an insight into the glories of the Metopus and the art that exists there that so many people don't know about. This art that we see today is a reminder of the many pioneers and exceptional artists in the cultural sector of the city and our nation. We truly have remarkable artists in this city. And it's not just confined to the magnificent work of Jairos Jiri. We've got other centers like Mzilikazi Art and Craft Center. And wherever you go in the city, you will see demonstrations of the enormous talent that we have, which is untapped and largely unknown throughout the world. And it's our responsibility as city leadership and national leadership to project this art, not just because it's of great benefit to the world, but because it can assist in our GDP and enhancing the lives of these artists and craftspeople. The art that we're going to see when all of this is unveiled from the Matobo shows that our creativity in this nation goes beyond gender, age, and social bearing. Most of the people, most of the artists here are exceptionally poor people, and yet they demonstrate an amazing vibrancy that many people in the wealthier parts of the world aspire to and can learn a lot from. They've been doing these paintings, as Mr. Nyati said, for decades, if not centuries, and largely hidden. And so it is simply wonderful that that art can now come to the very center of our city for us all to celebrate with. I'm also particularly delighted that it's been done at the Jairos Jiri Center. Jairos Jiri as an individual was an iconic person. The city has a proud association with promoting the rights of disabled people. I'm delighted to see that KG6, for example, is represented here today, because KG6, I think, is one of our most outstanding institutions, not just in the city, but in our nation. And so it's wonderful that we can also link it to disabled people. And I'm pleased that Jairos Jiri today was reminded to us all of his great work. My goodness, how we need in our nation iconic figures like Jairos Jiri, who work for the betterment of all people, not narrow personal interests. And that certainly is what Jairos Jiri did. And it's wonderful that his legacy continues today and hopefully will be promoted by this repainting of this building. I'm also deeply grateful for the partnership with the German ambassador. Ambassador, this year marks personally my 30th anniversary of a very productive relationship with the German people. I first visited Germany in 1994. I went to Leipzig and Dresden and a variety of other places, including Berlin. And since then, my personal relationship has been a highly productive relationship. We have much to learn from Germany because of all the battles that you have gone through, for example, in confronting tyranny and overcoming tyranny in East Germany, and reuniting as a nation despite that history. I've also delighted, for example, in Dresden, seeing how Dresden was rebuilt and the wonderful cathedral in Dresden. And I think that we've got a lot to learn from the German people as we seek to rebuild our own nation and restore the dignity in our nation. And so I'm very grateful, sir, for your input into this. It might seem a small thing to you, but I think for this community, the benefit of this can go way beyond this simple building today. I said that I would, before I get to my personal remarks, I do need to acknowledge not just the German embassy, but also, I believe, Masters Paint and Hardware, who donated the paint for this wonderful project. And so we're grateful for that interaction between the City Council and the private sector. So thank you to Masters. But I want to end with a few personal comments. You know, one of the great benefits of elections and politicians actually losing office is that sometimes for politicians it opens up new vistas. And in 2013, I lost an election here by 19 votes for Parliament and was then seemingly cast into the wilderness. But I was not aware of the huge benefits that were going to come to me. And one of them was that a year after losing office, I was enabled to start riding a bicycle again. I hadn't ridden a bicycle since I was at school. I see a few thumbs up there. And in 2014, I started riding mountain bikes, and I still do today, and anyone who knows me well knows that I'm a total addict now. But I ride every weekend in the Metopus. And the name of Veronique Atala was mentioned, who started my beautiful home and worked very closely with Batista Inyati, told me about these magnificent homes throughout the Metopus. And I need to tell you that through mountain biking, which I repeat, became a reality because I lost office, has opened up incredible vistas for me. And literally every weekend, I'm privileged to ride through the Metopus, and it is hard to describe the wonders of this art in its original form. One will be riding through a dusty path in the middle of the Metopus. You come round a corner, and suddenly one sees these utterly amazing works of art done by people in the poorest of circumstances. And I can't tell you how personally delighted I am that we are now through this going to be able to promote this art. There are very few ways to see this art normally. You either have to be a very good long-distance runner, or have a horse, or ride a mountain bike to see them. But if you are enabled to, I can assure you that entire new vistas will be opened up in your life. And I want to end on this note. I want to challenge my beautiful home. I want to challenge the German embassy. I want to challenge ourselves as a city council and the government. Ma'am, I hope you will convey this to the minister. There is enormous tourism potential in places like Gulati and Khumalo communal lands, demonstrated in this building today. People from the West will marvel if they are enabled to get out into those rural areas, to see this art in its original form, to see how it is done by the poorest people who demonstrate such incredible pride in their homes in difficult circumstances. Even in this year, ma'am, I'm addressing my comments here, in this dreadful drought year, you will see these homes this year have been painted and are, I say the word again, magnificent. So my hope is that this is just the beginning of my beautiful home, that this magnificent art will encourage hundreds, thousands, perhaps tens of thousands of people in the years ahead to go beyond just looking at this, but to go into the Metopus to see these wonderful works of art. So once again, thank you all, and this is a delightful day. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Worship. Thank you for those encouraging words. I think the message is clear. Buy a bike, get on your bicycle, go and see Metopus, go and see life. Thank you, Your Worship. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nyati is very generous. He has written these books that are available. If you'd like one, please see me or see him. They are available at a cost because a lot of time has been put in here, a lot of knowledge and research. But let's get more of the knowledge that he gleaned so that we can also have the wisdom that comes with it. I'm honored to, with this project, what has been done is to take the paintings, say from the pots to the walls to the world. We are a movement that is going to metoporize the world. We are working very hard, particularly the embassy, to make sure that many more people can see these beautiful paintings. Let's give a big hand from the pots to the walls to the world. Siyabonga bomama. Thank you, everyone. May I invite Asante Mo to please give us entertainment.
As my fades up, faded by the sun, 10,000 men stand high on the hill, allow silence and be left still, 10,000 men tremble for the kill, the vulture flies, the moon will fly, a warrior dies, the battle of blood, the skeletons wait, each man their fate, families mate, at the battle of blood. Sitting on the home, each one thinking who is coming home. The spell flashes, screaming fills the air, each one shivers in
Thank you very much for that dance. Ladies and gentlemen, when we say we're a cultural hub, they say it's not. I think people have said to us, you're a cultural hub, but we can't see you. I think this is the visibility of the culture, but what you also saw is just the demonstration of what we are capable of as Bulawayo. Let's give a big hand of applause for Asante Mo. Siyabonga. Allow me to request the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, represented by Mrs. Nuku, to please come and give us the remarks. Let's welcome her, our Minister, always supportive of the city. Siyabonga.
Ngiyabonga mphathi wohlelo, salibonani lonke. I am standing in for the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Honorable Judith Ncube. I will read her remarks as given. His Excellency, the German Ambassador to Zimbabwe, Ambassador Udo Volz, His Worship Senator David Coltart, the Mayor, Deputy Mayor Councillor Indlovu and Councillors of the City of Bulawayo, Town Clerk of the City of Bulawayo, Mr. C. Dube, Heads of Council Departments here present, staff from the German Embassy, distinguished women artists of the Matobo Hills, representatives of My Beautiful Home competition, historian Mr. Patisanyati, staff representatives of the Jairos Jiri Craft Center, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure and honor to stand before you today at the unveiling ceremony of the redecorated exterior walls of the Jairos Jiri Craft Center. These exterior walls have been redecorated by the women artists of Matobo Hills, Matabeleland South, showing the creativity and craftsmanship of our local communities. The redecoration of the craft shop has introduced a unique and stunning art of hand painting from the Matobo Hill to the city, changing the face of Bulawayo. The designs on the walls you are witnessing today are derived from generations-old decoration of traditional homes by using local sand and mud mixed with natural pigments such as coal and ash and dyes from traditional sources such as trees, among others. The Ndebele tribe, originally in the early 18th century, lived in grass huts and began using mud-walled houses in the mid-18th century. It was then when they started using symbols on their houses and walls. These expressive symbols were used for communication between subgroups of the Ndebele people and were used to beautify their various areas. Certain barks, soils, ash, and charcoal mixed with water were used to create the colors that would then be painted onto the walls. Years later, that practice is still being carried out and being kept alive by these incredible women of Matobo. A drive or walk around the area is enough to get one to appreciate the beauty. And if an opportunity is availed, one can then listen and hear the many stories that these pictures tell. You can hear and see the many stories of the Matobo. You can also see glimpses of the surrounding peaceful nature that is the Matobos in their painting. I am happy that the German Embassy partnered with the city in repainting the Jairos Jiri Craft Shop to preserve our history and heritage, but to also provide a beautiful working space for our people with disability who uses these offices. The location of the offices also highlights the true nature of Bulawayo and helps the younger generations to understand and appreciate the past and its contribution and influence into the future. This project was also an empowerment platform for women of Matobo who can economically survive from their artistic talent. These paintings are a mix of traditional and modern, showing the high level of adaptation to the ever-changing environment that suits creatives who embrace both traditional and modern craft. The beautiful designs we are witnessing here today amplify the depth of creativity in the region by painting the walls of the Jairos Jiri craft shop. A greater awareness of the rich cultural heritage will be realized. I would like to extend my gratitude to the city of Bulawayo and the German embassy for supporting this project financially, and the greatest appreciation to the women artists from Matobo for their dedication and beautiful artwork. Siyabonga. I thank you.
Siyabonga. Let's give a big hand of applause for our Minister of State. Thank you, Mem Nuku. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, may we please put our hands together as we welcome His Excellency, the German Ambassador to Zimbabwe, Ambassador Udo Volz. If you could please come and give us your remarks. May we please welcome him. Siyabonga.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me in your beautiful city of Kings in the south of Zimbabwe. The Honorable Minister for the Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Honorable Judith Nube, and represented today by Mrs. Nkutu, His Worship Senator David Coltart, Mayor of Bulawayo, the representatives of the City Council, the councillors, and the Town Clerk, the representative of Jairos Jiri Association, thank you for being here, the representatives of my beautiful home, especially the historian Batisa Niati, of course, again, the 7 artists from Matobo that have been spending a few days here to decorate the walls, and you will see the beauty in a few minutes, I promise you, it won't take too long. Dot Becker, who has been coordinating and working with the ladies in these days to have it all done and ready today, also for this inauguration. Friends, guests, visitors, welcome to this unveiling. I'm very honored to be here today to share this moment with you and to have the pleasure to have the full view of these paintings in a few minutes, as I said. For us, this is another step in the journey that has started like 2.5, 3 years ago. And it's all standing on the work of my beautiful home. Because if it wasn't for their work of 10 years, my colleague Katrin, who is here, wouldn't have had an opportunity to do these paintings in the original setting maybe. Maybe they would have disappeared by now. But they were still there, and we picked up on this topic, on this tradition, and we felt an impulse to move it on a bit and to take it to other techniques, to other surfaces also, and maybe also to new heights in a way. I may mention also that the ladies also have taken new heights working here. I saw photos of the scaffolding where some people would be pretty scared to move up and stand there painting, and they've done it bravely and safely, and congratulations also on doing that during these days. So as I said, we picked up on this tradition, and we proposed to take it to other forms also. The first thing we did in the National Gallery here was to do the body bear for the German embassy. Some of you may have been there more than a year ago when we presented it to the public. This 2-meter bear, which is now at my residence in Germany, greeting the guests who come to my place, that is full of these ornaments from the Matopo. And then the second one you see around yourselves, which are the pots. From the first step, the bigger one was then from huts to pots. You can see them in different sizes and different shapes. They are here around. They are being sold in the shop. They are being on the markets in Harare. And as you maybe have following us, you know that first 15 of them have been shipped also to Germany and have been sold there. Most of them, I understand, so far. So we have taken it across the sea also to Germany. Now what you see here is another step for us, because, and especially for the ladies themselves, because they have taken on different material, which has been greatly sponsored by Masters, paints and hardware. So they're not using here the temporary material, but the one that will last. And I hope it will last very long for everyone to see what has been applied to this building on this side, but you also will see around the corner on the second front to the street. So this is a third step, maybe even to do this. Similar things are happening in Harare, I may say. The Harare is not completely left behind in this topic. Another group of ladies has been in Harare for a number of days to do hut paintings there, proper hut paintings, because there's an artist who is creating residences for artists, for workshops, and they came and have been decorating all these huts that were built for this purpose, and the inauguration will follow suit tomorrow afternoon in Domboshava, which is also a region of great tradition, and which also will see these paintings and this art taking to that area. And so we are very honored and proud to be part of this, to be able to support it. Thanks to my ministry, who has also given us some grants and some funds to use for these purposes. Now, I also would like to say the ladies are going their steps, but we are also taking their designs another step. And this is also what is being supported this year as a cultural preservation project, is to take the designs into fashion. We have talked to artists in Bulawayo, to artists, fashion designers in Harare, and I may say they are extremely excited to select designs of this vast number of designs that are available now, with each artist being identified for the individual design. And we are running a project now, preparing for fabrics to be printed, and the designers will choose, select designs and take them onto the fabrics and then do their own designs, and then it will be proudly Matopo designs. So this is another step, and we make sure that the connection to the women will always be there. They will always be part of this. They also will be part of when it becomes a business. Like we also hope that this, what is here, a cultural display and the cultural contribution to the center, will become also something that people do on their own. But if you find a side of your house you want to be painted beautifully and in synchronicity with the tradition, you may invite them for a fee to come and paint for you the wall on your house, and to make it more widespread and more visible for everyone. And I accept, well, I said, so I do accept the challenge by His Worship to say tourism. My colleague Katrin has been promoting this already. She's a very strong supporter of the idea to get tourism here. And she also has convinced one of the still few travel guides, one that is being updated every few years in Germany. They will include the Matopo hut paintings in the travel guide. They will also refer to guides who are around here, who have knowledge of it, to do the tours. So we hope this will also be a contribution to get more visitors, as it was mentioned rightly, to the spot where they are and where it's the ideal place to see and experience this art and meet the women also and see how their life is going on and what their life is about. So, yeah, I think we're all ready now for the moment of unveiling. I would just like to end this. We are in the City of Kings, and I think the Queens of Art have come to Bulawayo to leave a trademark here, and hopefully some more even. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give the German Embassy a big hand of applause. Siyabonga. We are now coming to the big moment. What we'll do, for the sake of photos, we'll start with one. I'll invite His Worship, the Mayor, our Minister of State and His Excellency to please take their positions here. And we unveil this one, then we'll unveil the other one, so that we are able to capture all moments. Babanyati and the women, mama, artists, so for us to unveil, we have to say my beautiful home in German. So I don't know who's going to help us, or we'll be able to do it today, or we have to come back tomorrow. Will we be able to do it today? Can we say my beautiful home in Ndebele?
So, gentlemen, are you gonna pull or?
Okay.
Yeah. Pull hard. Pull hard. Yeah, pull hard.
Okay, so we're going to count down. We're counting down from 1,000 going down. I'm joking. We'll just count down from 3, and when we get to 3,
we might not get
we'll just declare. Yeah, well, I'm hoping it works. Then please come close. Yeah. So we'll come from 3.
Who put it up?
She put it up.
Oh.
It's really tight. I think it's pulling the curtain.
It's always the thing, the technical stuff.
It's called Murphy.
Can we do?
Yeah. When you are very thorough, you.
It's always the thing. We tested it this morning and it's still in there.
We tested this morning. Is this the only one? Maybe we can start with the other one.
Try the other side.
It's caught in the...
It's caught?
In between. Okay, maybe we...
Have we got a ladder?
Have we got a ladder?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. I'm not sure about the other one. Is it the same thing?
Should we try the other side?
Maybe we start with this side while they're fixing this one. We can all maybe come this side and partake. Things always go the way we planned, so we're going to plan B.
There should be a roof here as well.
Okay, we're ready?
Okay.
3, 2.
No, it's not. Oh my God.
Okay, I think when they were securing the curtain, they did it in a big way.
I think the wind has tightened the knots, so that hasn't helped. So.
This is live.
This is live. We're doing live 101.
Anyway.
Oh, Mama Slangomwa. Emma Tobo Aslaven. Kat ma spenda stule. Kat manje la mntu afuna ukuxoxa. Siyabonga kula ngoma elithandayo.
Sorry about this, everybody. But
No problem.
Asante Mo, I was
went
mentioning
too perfectly, as they say.
such is life. Let's celebrate what is behind.
At least we have a ladder.
Let's remember safety. Kata alikweli.
Our brave souls from the Jairos Jiri, who can't hear me, but
Please be careful. I mean,
he can't hear you.
okay. Okay, so you can just untie it.
Okay, whoa.
Then,
David.
Okay.
okay, let's allow the ladder to come down.
When
Then,
the ladder comes down,
The
that's
women
coming
and
down.
the yes.
When the ladder comes down, that's coming down.
Oh, let's clap hands for our beautiful home for the ladies from Matopo. Maybe we'll take some photos, Your Excellency and His Worship and the women. Let's take on this side. Let's take photos while they are sorting out this one. Thank you. Well, let's get some good photos.
Winnie, you're tiny in the front.
Right, we've got to do this one now.
Thank you. I'll invite, if we could all please come this side. Siyabonga. Yeah, let's please come this side, Your Excellency and everyone, so that we unveil this one.
You've got a better plan now. What you're going to do is you're going to let go, and I'm going to pull it from that side. So this one, yeah. So this is
Mama.
the nails at the moment. So
Okay, we're going to do the same. Let's count them down from 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, if we allow, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, Your Excellency and Your Worship. We can get into the photo for this one. As much as Zandla. Yes, sir. Yeah, I think we need to move. Let's move the speaker. Then also we've got the plate. Are you able to move on your own? I think we put any manpower in the house. See, move it. Let's just move it totally out because we're almost done with the ceremony. We can move it in the same thing. Okay. Are you not in the picture? All right. All right.
Let's go.
Siyabonga. Ladies and gentlemen, can you see these women? Are you aware that they were climbing scaffolding to paint? As much as Zandlo Mama. Siyabonga, bo Mama. Thank you very much. If you can move the ladder. Let's move the ladder. Who's moving the ladder? Sorry, let's move very lele. Who was? May we please move the ladder? Thank you very much. We'll take a few photos by the plaque. If we can please have the photographers taking. So we'll also do it in groups. Siyabonga. There's also a request for group photos. Maybe we can also have the women on their own. Then after we take the mayor and His Excellency. Oh, Mama, ngicela lime siqale sithathe mem nuku. Ngicela lingene empicture. And then we'll take Mama as well. Mama, ngicela lime mbijana. Sithathe another one. Thank you. Aswacheleni Zandla, umhlonitshwa. Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, Your Worship. Can I invite Mama? You come and you just take a group photo as Women Power. Sorry, Your Worship. And Your Excellency, we can sit down. Yes. Well, we did take a big one. Mama, just we take a group photo as well. I don't know, Catherine, you're not in the photos. And Dot, you're not in the photos.
if I go in the
This is
photograph,
Windy.
you have to come in the photograph.
Yeah, let's get a nice photo. Siyabonga kakhulu for coming to Bulawayo, for bringing Matopo to Bulawayo, Matopo to Bulawayo. As much as Zandla. Ladies and gentlemen, one moment you'll be visiting a city somewhere in Europe, somewhere in Asia. You'll see these designs. Don't forget where you saw them, because it started here. Siyabonga kakhulu. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I will invite Mrs. Spindi to come. We have a few tokens. Yeah, we're done. I'll ask Mrs. Spindi if we could ask His Excellence to please come. There's a token of appreciation from the city. And Your Worship, if you could come, you'll give it to His Excellency. So Mrs. Spindi, you'll give the mayor, and then the mayor will give His Excellency. Siyabonga.
This one is for
Ambassador.
the ambassador.
Ambassador. Thank you. Let's clap hands for His Excellency and for the German Ambassador. Siyabonga. Thank you very much.
May you also mention that the people can go and look at the paintings down the side of the building? The edges are
All right. Thank you. Maybe we can use the background of the wall, Mrs. Spindi, so that we get a nice picture. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, Siyabonga. Thank you, Your Worship. Thank you for your time. We also have this one for the Minister of State, Your Worship. Swachayeleni Zandla. I know we're tired and hungry. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wonderful morning. These paintings, thank you, Your Worship. May we clap hands for our mayor as he takes to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you excuse me? I'm afraid I have to leave this gathering. I have a meeting with the UN representative to discuss water for our city, but please excuse me. Thank you.
Thank you, Siyabonga. Thank you, Your Worship. Thank you, Your Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our program. We do have a bit of refreshments as I invite Amakaka and Asantemo to please come and give us entertainment. Also, please feel free to take a walk. We also have the paintings on this side of the building. I was just thinking, I'm not sure how it would work, but this should be a place when you want to take photos, you must just come and like have your selfie moment. Yeah, make a donation. Yes. Oh, okay. She said she'll open the gate when you make the donation. But we are free to also see the other side, even as Asantemo and Amakaka come. Siyabonga kakhulu, siyabonga kakhulu. Let's clap hands for ourselves. It's been a wonderful day. Siyabonga for gracing this occasion. Oh, Mama, siyabonga. Ladies and gentlemen, the pots are also available on sale. It's called competition to My Beautiful Home. So if you don't buy the pots,